Epcot this holiday season with orchestra, mass choir, and celebrity narrators. Live from Epcot at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida, Inside Disney Parks presents Candlelight Processional, tonight featuring Neil Patrick Harris.
Good evening and happy holidays. I'm Mark Daniel coming to you live from the America Gardens Theater in the American Pavilion at Epcot. Tonight, once again, we are happy to share a very special holiday treat, Candlelight Processional. In less than 5 minutes, a 50-piece orchestra with majestic trumpeteers, Disney's own Voices of Liberty, and a choir of more than 300 Disney cast members and students from across the country, and award-winning actor Neil Patrick Harris will take the stage behind me and continue a 61-year Disney Parks tradition started by Walt Disney himself, the Candlelight Processional. More on the history of the Candlelight Processional in just a minute, because joining me right now is JFB, Jen Fickley-Baker from the Disney Parks blog. Welcome, Jen, and happy holidays.
Hey, Mark. Happy holidays. And what an exciting night for Disney fans.
It is. And I understand that you want fans to share their holiday spirit during tonight's live stream. Am I right?
Oh, yes. We know attending the Candlelight Processional is a holiday tradition for many families. Another holiday tradition, Christmas trees, and hanging that favorite family ornament on the tree. We know our viewers have at least one or two Disney ornaments hanging on their tree. Some even have entire Disney-themed trees. We wanted you to share your best picture of Disney, your Disney tree or your favorite Disney ornament and a story behind them. Snap a pic right now and tweet it to us with the hashtag DisneyParksLive. I'll be back after the show to showcase some of your best and brightest Disney holiday displays and the stories behind them.
Woo! Now, Jen,
yes.
I understand we have a lot of new information about Walt Disney World Resort to share with our viewers tonight.
You're absolutely correct, Mark. Make sure you stick around after the Candlelight Processional for big updates on attractions, restaurants, and much more later on in the live stream.
Really big updates,
Yes.
Jen. And another big thing happening this week is the grand opening of Rise of the Resistance,
Can't
the
wait.
all-new state-of-the-art attraction at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Star Wars Rise of the Resistance brings guests into the middle of a climactic battle between the First Order and the Resistance, including a face-off with Kylo Ren. Journey aboard a full-size transport shuttle and then into a nearby Star Destroyer on a thrilling adventure that blurs the lines between fantasy and reality. One of the most immersive, ambitious, and technologically advanced experiences in Disney history. Now, earlier today, Candlelight Processional celebrity narrator Neil Patrick Harris had the chance to be one of the first to experience this brand new attraction.
Keep hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the transport and supervise your children.
I knew so little about this attraction. It was shrouded in secrecy, and my mind is spinning. I loved it so much. I think this might be the single greatest culmination of effects and ride technology that has ever been done.
No worries, folks. I am happy to tell you that Neil Patrick Harris has returned to Earth and is backstage getting ready for tonight's performance of Candlelight Processional. As I mentioned earlier, Candlelight Processional was started by Walt Disney himself. It began in December 1958 at Disneyland Resort in California when singers from 16 choirs processioned down Main Street, USA and performed a full concert with the Dickens Carolers at Sleeping Beauty Castle. In 1960, the tradition of celebrity narrators reading the biblical Christmas story was introduced. Famous celebrities like Cary Grant, John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Charlton Heston, and Olympia Dukakis gave voice to this spectacular event. The tradition debuted in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World in 1971 and moved here to Epcot in 1994. Joining me now to add a little more historic perspective to this spectacular show is Disney historian and Disney Parks blog author, Jeff Curdy. Well, Jeff, welcome.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much.
Good
Merry
to see
Christmas
you.
to you,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
Now, you are a Disney historian. Now, tell us, what was important about Candlelight to Walt Disney himself?
When Candlelight started, Walt had just become a grandfather. And so I think the family gathering together at the holiday time, all together at Disneyland on his private deck at his apartment on Main Street watching Candlelight was really a symbol of the season.
Wow, and what a great visual right there.
Man.
Now, him watching it, it has changed a lot throughout the years, correct?
Well, like all the Disney parks, it's changed completely over the years. It's gotten bigger, it's gotten brighter. It started with 12 carolers and a few choirs and choruses, and it's turned into this giant event that we know today.
Well, thank you for joining us here, Jeff, shedding some more history on the Candlelight Processional. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Disney historian and Disney Parks blog author. Now, as you can see, the orchestra is in place and warming up. We are moments away from this evening's performance. A reminder that you are going to want to stick around after the Candlelight Processional for some really big news and updates here at Walt Disney World. And now, Inside Disney Parks is proud to present a live stream of Candlelight Processional.
Please welcome Melissa Valaket, Vice President, Epcot.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Tonight, you are about to experience a holiday tradition at the Walt Disney World Resort that is so very near and dear to my heart. Guests often tell me that they don't feel that their holiday season has officially begun until they see a performance of the Candlelight Processional. And of course, there are many guests all around the world who would love to be with us in person this evening, but who simply cannot. And so, in the spirit of the season, I'm pleased to share with you that tonight's performance of the Candlelight Processional will be webcast live on the Disney Parks blog. And it will remain available online all season long for you to watch again and again. Good news. So to the nearly 2,000 guests who are joining us right here in the America Gardens Theater this evening, and to the hundreds of thousands of guests and individuals, families who are watching online all around the world, welcome. On behalf of the more than 77,000 cast members and Imagineers of the Walt Disney World Resort, I'm so pleased to wish you the happiest of holiday seasons and a very Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Good evening, and welcome to the Candlelight Processional. Tonight's presentation is under the baton of conductor Dr. John B. Sinclair. Dr. Sinclair is the conductor and artistic director of the Bach Festival Society of Winter Park. He is also the chair and John M. Tietke Professor of Music at Rollins College. And now, please welcome the Voices of Liberty.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Now to the Lord sing praises, all you live in this place. And with true love and brotherhood each other now embrace. This holy tide of Christmas all others doth deface. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. Son of Bethlehem, thou still receive God. Born of thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Let in thy dark streets shine the everlasting light. The hosts and fears of all thy years are melting thee tonight. O holy child of Bethlehem, descend to us, we pray. Cast out our sin and be working us today. We hear the Christmas angels, the ringing sound. Come to us, abide with us, our Lord angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners make a song. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic voice proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Lift your voice, sing a song to our God. Shout for joy and rejoice, sing His praise all the earth. Praise be to children, song with music, precious in hope of the heart. Praise the Lord in all His glory, sing a new song in His name. Shout for joy, lift your voice, sing a song to our God. Shout for joy and rejoice, sing His praise all the earth.
Everyone, please welcome this evening's special guest narrator, Neil Patrick Harris.
What's cracking? Welcome, everyone. My name is Neil. I am so honored to be tonight's narrator. I just love doing this, love coming here. I love Disney. I love the theme parks. My husband, David, and our now 9-year-old twins, Harper and Gideon, get to come here every year. And it's really a tradition for us. I got to ride Rise of the Resistance today. It opens on the 5th, but it's a perk. And it is other level. It is so fantastic. I was gobsmacked. My smack was gobbed. and they will soon retitle it Rise of the Attendants. Mark my words. But we are here tonight for the Candlelight Processional. And if it's your first time here, welcome. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you have been drinking around the world, and if you are joining us via screen on the live stream, welcome. It means a lot to all of the performers here on this stage that you've taken time out of your day, that you all have taken time out of your very busy, normally frantic, fraught, fast passery to sit and enjoy all of these amazing songs and stories. So without further ado, let's begin. In the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God to a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin who was betrothed to a man whose name was Joseph of the house of David. And the virgin's name was Mary. And he came to her and said, "Greetings, O favored one, the Lord is with you." But she was greatly troubled at the saying, tried to discern what sort of greeting this might be. And the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. And behold, you will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus." And it came to pass, in those days a decree went out from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be registered. And all went, each to his own town. And Joseph also went up from Galilee, from the town of Nazareth, to Judea, to the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, to be registered with Mary, his betrothed, who was with child. And while they were there, the time came for her to give birth. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in a manger, because there was no place for them in the inn.
No great Father, the little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head. The stars in the bright sky grew down. Little Lord Jesus asleep on the bed. Jesus, look down from the sky. Say by my cradle till morning.
And in the same region, there were shepherds out in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with great fear. And the angel said to them, "Fear not, for behold, I bring you good news of great joy that will be for all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord."
The world in sin and ever blind, till he appeared and the soul felt its rejoices yonder brings unto and God is
And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly hosts, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men."
Angels from the realms of glory, we your flight o'er all the earth. Say creation's story, now proclaim Messiah's birth. Those were sleeping shepherds sleeping, vigil till the morning dew. Saw the glory, heard the stories, tidings of the gospel true. Come and worship, worship Christ the risen
When the angels went away from them into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go over to Bethlehem and see this thing that has happened, which the Lord has made known to us." And they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the baby lying in a manger. And when they saw it, they made known the saying that had been told them concerning this child. And all who heard it wondered at what the shepherds told them.
is born, let the Christ child, let the Christ child, and the tree that is at me, is born, let the Christ child, let the Christ child, and the Jesus in the 6th day. Through all ages on the past, prophets are foretold his glory, through long ages on the past. Now the time has come at last. Short unto Son and Mary born.
Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose in the east and have come to worship him." And when they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceeding great joy.
When they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. Oh, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. Oh, when they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. They rejoiced with exceeding great joy, great joy, great joy. Mountains and valleys, and led them each night. A star of most radiant light. Radiant light, and so the wise men rejoiced as they journeyed apart. Oh, such a beautiful star. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with great joy. They rejoiced with exceeding great joy, great joy, great joy. The star shone bright, giving wondrous light. It led those three kings to a holy child. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with joy. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with joy. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with joy. They rejoiced with exceeding great joy, great joy, great joy. The kings of Orient are. When they saw the star, we travel afar. They rejoice and rejoice. Shield and fountain, more and mountain. When they saw the star, following, we rejoice and we sing.
And behold, the star that they had seen went before them until it came to rest over the place where the child was. And going into the house, they saw the child with Mary his mother, and they fell down and worshipped him. Then, opening their treasures, they offered him gifts, gold and frankincense and myrrh.
the Son of Mary. This is Christ the King, shepherds heart and angels sing. Praise to bring Him love. The Son, the babe, the Son of Mary.
The story of the birth of Christ has been told and retold for over 2,000 years. About 200 years ago, in a small church in Austria, the organist, Franz, came to Joseph Moore and said, "Father Joseph, the organ is broken and we will have no music for the Christmas Eve service." Later in the day, as Joseph made his rounds, he visited a home where a baby had just been born, and he thought about the birth of the baby Jesus. And he was so inspired that he wrote a poem, and he went back to the church and he found Franz. He said, "If we can't have the old organ, maybe we can have a new song and you can play the guitar." And Franz said, "Father, I only know 3 chords." Well, then 3 chords is all you'll need. So Franz hummed and strummed, and soon he had composed the most beautiful and beloved of all the Christmas carols. heavenly peace. It is a gift bestowed upon us all during this special time of year. Tonight, people around the world mark this joyful season with heartfelt sentiment. As we each treasure our unique holiday traditions of family, faith, and culture, let us join together in celebrating the birth of the blessed babe in a manger and rejoice in the universal message of peace on earth and goodwill toward men. Joy to the world. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Hallelujah! King of kings, forever and ever, and Lord of lords. Hallelujah, and we shall reign forever. King of kings and Lord of lords. King of kings and Lord of lords. And we shall reign forever and ever. Forever and ever. Forever and ever. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Oh, the feels. That is an extraordinary way to continue this holiday season. Dr. John Sinclair, watching you is such a pleasure. The way you leap about that stage fills this room with joy. So thank you. And I just have to say that sign language is the most beautiful language when performed by you. Well played. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you, those at home that are watching. And most importantly, peace on earth. Good night.
Wow, what a beautiful way to tell the story of the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, before the show, we mentioned that there is big news to share with you tonight. And just a short time ago, Bob Chapek, chairman of Disney Parks, Experiences and Products, provided significant updates on projects underway right here at Epcot and around Walt Disney World. And joining me now to share this breaking news is Leanne O'Regan.
That's right.
All
We
right,
have some.
no way.
You know I am. We have an opening date. This highly anticipated attraction, which is the first Disney attraction featuring Mickey and Minnie Mouse, will open at Disney's Hollywood Studios on March 4th, 2020. And also just announced, the Mickey Shorts Theater will also open in March 2020. And here's a first new look at the theater.
Wait a minute. Are those Mickey Mouse themed seats, Leanne?
They absolutely are. In fact, the whole interior of the theater will give you the same feeling of the wacky fun of the popular Disney Channel cartoon shorts. And we have another new rendering to share with you tonight. Over at Toy Story Land, the new Roundup Rodeo Barbecue is a new table service restaurant coming to the land.
Ooh, Leanne, you had me at barbecue.
I thought I might have. So now let's talk about Epcot. There are lots of new updates just announced for Epcot tonight.
Okay. I know there are 3 new films coming to Epcot,
That's right.
including Awesome Planet at the Land Pavilion,
Yep.
Canada Far and Wide in Circle Vision 360 at the Canada Pavilion, and the much anticipated Beauty and the Beast sing-along at the France Pavilion.
That's absolutely right. And we've just learned that all 3 of those films are set to debut on January 17th, which is also the opening date for the Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
Perfect timing.
Exactly.
Now, I know a lot of people are interested in Remy's Ratatouille adventure. Any news there, Leanne?
Yes, more news tonight. Take a look at this new photo of this family-friendly attraction. Opening next summer, guests will race across Gostow's kitchen floor for an adventure with Chef Remy. So we're going to switch gears. Mark, I think you said you like barbecue, right?
I'm tasting it now, Leanne.
All right. Well, last month we announced coming to the American Pavilion is Regal Eagle Smokehouse, craft drafts, and barbecue. Tonight, we've got a brand new look at this new fast casual restaurant and excited to announce its opening this winter.
Woo! I got to tell you, I can't wait for some good barbecue and home-style craft brews.
I know, it's going to be exciting.
Now, Leanne, there's also another restaurant coming to Epcot. It's coming next year, right?
It's coming next year. That's right. It's called Space 220. And here's a brand new look at this table service restaurant. So, Mark, do you know why it's named Space 220?
All right, let me try to figure this out. I
Okay.
think I know this. Space 220 will give you the feeling of dining 220 miles above the Earth's surface, complete with celestial views.
That's absolutely right. And this new rendering shows the special space elevator that will take you up to see those views above the Earth's surface.
Ooh.
All right. And last but not least, we have an update on Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. Tonight, we have news on when this out-of-this-world experience will begin transporting guests to a galaxy far, far away. And it's all beginning in 2021.
Woo!
Yes, this 2-night vacation experience will surround guests 24/7 in Star Wars storytelling.
Wow, and that includes a visit to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
You've got that right. And in this rendering, you can see the guest arrival experience at the Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser Terminal.
Whoa, Leanne, that was definitely a big night of news and updates, and you can find more details and everything you want to know at Disney Parks blog. Leanne, that was a lot of information.
It was.
And I hope you guys got a treat. You stuck around and we gave you a lot of information. Now, at the beginning of this live stream, we asked viewers to participate by snapping and sharing a picture of their favorite Disney ornament hanging on their tree. Jen Fickley Baker joins me once again for some of your favorites, photos and stories. She's right here right now. Jen Fickley Baker, what do you have?
We have so many submissions. I can't even believe it. We have people with not only one Mickey tree in their house or Disney tree, multiple Disney trees in their house.
Wow,
Yeah.
a forest.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the submissions. First up, Luella shared this sweet story of her Mickey and Minnie ornament, saying her husband gave her a print of the Mickey and Minnie pose when they dated. When they got married, he gave her the ornament. How cute is that?
That is cute.
Up next, Kitty drew inspiration from the 1952 short Pluto's Christmas Tree for her tree, which has Chip and Dale as the tree topper. These next two trees will give you serious DIY vibes. Check out the DIY tree from Dan and one from Melody. Dan's tree is strung with magic bands from past vacations, while Melody's used a Disney popcorn bucket as a tree topper. What a cute idea that is.
That's a lot of magic bands.
I know that's a lot of magic bands. Last but not least, the force is strong with this tree from Tommy. I see stormtroopers. I see BB-8, Ewoks. Mark, do you think being on the dark side, does that put you on Santa's naughty list automatically?
It might.
I think it might.
You might have to go ride Rise of the Resistance to fix that.
Oh, maybe. That'd be great.